What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Apocaflix Movies. I am Jacob Bartley, and this is another news clip. We're going to talk about Ava DuVernay's upcoming DC project, New Gods, and some recent things she had to say in a Twitter Q&A. Now, Ava DuVernay was having a Twitter Q&A, and of course, some people were asking her about villains in the film, and they asked her about Darkseid, and she replied, Darkseid is. Now, if you're a big comic book fan and you're familiar with the New Gods and Darkseid, then you know that phrase, that it's from the comics and what it kind of means. It's basically Ava DuVernay confirming that Darkseid's gonna be in this movie. Now, before everyone gets excited or upset, who knows how people feel about this news, I will say, who knows what type of role he's gonna have? He could have a Thanos role in Infinity War. Then obviously he's a huge part of the movie. He could have a more kind of pulling the strings, shows up later type of villain, maybe like the Emperor in the original trilogy, and maybe that's the type of villain we're getting. Or he could make a cameo like Thanos does in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. So before everybody gets too excited, I would say kind of temper your expectations and maybe consider that this doesn't mean he's the main villain. She's just kind of confirming that he's going to be involved somehow. He's going to be in the movie. But overall, I think this is awesome. Darkseid is a huge character in the comics. And if you recognize his name but don't really know who he is, you probably heard that he was what the Justice League DCEU version was leading up to. And we're obviously, we don't know really where that's going now. So we'll see if Darkseid ties into that somehow, but it looks like we're gonna get him first in this New Gods movie, and I think that is awesome. And overall, this news kind of just makes me and reminds me, makes me feel better that this project is actually going to happen. That's the biggest thing that this did for me, because I honestly assumed Darkseid was gonna be involved if this movie was getting made. Now that she's actually out there talking about it again, I think that's a really good sign. While I love DC and their properties and a lot of the movies they've been putting out lately, they are wishy-washy about announcing films canceling. So I do think it is a good sign that we hear her talking about this. Obviously, she's working on it, and she's working on it with Tom King, who is a great comic book writer. And while I don't think that comic book writers should be writing scripts left and right, I do think them two working together is a perfect match, because DuVernay's been great on most of her projects, right? She directed Salma. A lot of people did not like A Wrinkle in Time. I never saw it, but it got very negative reviews. And she has an acclaimed show on Netflix right now, When They See Us. So that she's obviously very talented. And then you have Tom King come in here, who's going to bring this storytelling, this comic book knowledge to the script, and I think that is fantastic. Normally I'm weird about that kind of stuff. If they're, oh, this comic book director is gonna write the script, the guy who wrote blah 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 storyline's gonna write the blah 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 script, and normally that's could end up being a mess. But I think this combination is absolutely perfect. And honestly, if it were just Ava DuVernay straight up writing the script by herself, directing this film without that Tom King ear in her voice in her ear, I would be a little bit worried too. But considering obviously she's a great director, Selma is fantastic, and she's working with Tom King, I think this could be a recipe for a really great film, honestly. And while I don't know how a New Gods movie is gonna do in the general movie-going audience these days, I know I'm excited for it. I'm gonna be there to watch it. I've read up a little bit on Mr. Miracle and Granny Goodness and some of the New Gods stuff lately, so I'm all ready to watch this. I will be down for it. I just don't know how it's gonna be received, but I do know that if Darkseid's involved, it's gonna get a lot more attention to it, because even if people don't know, it's gonna be, you know, shown that he is one of these big bad DC villains. He is the one who the Justice League lead up to and eventually should be fighting. So we'll see where that goes. I would love to see it all intertwine and combine and it actually work out for DC. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section. What do you think about her semi-confirming that Darkseid is going to be in the movie? And what do you think about this movie actually still being worked on? And do you actually think it's gonna come to fruition and be made? Let us know in the comment section. Again, I am Jacob Bartley for Apocaflix Movies. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocaflix Movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocaflix Movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.